I mean, when you look at it, Harry Kane landed in trouble.
Yeah.
Speaking to Gary, Lukaku landed in shocking trouble with when he allowed the interview to happen with Sky Italia, invited them over to his pad, lights, camera, action. Salah, amongst other things, is saying to GQ magazine, "I want to stay, but it's not in my hands." Oh, really, Mo? He goes on, "It's in their hands. I'm not asking for crazy stuff." He says, when you ask for something and they show that they can give you something, they should, because they appreciate what you do for the club. I've been here for my 5th year now. I know the club very well. I love the fans. The fans love me. Well, that's great. That's good to hear. But then he comes in with, but with the administration, they've been told the situation. So it's in their hands.
Yep.
They've been told the situation. So what's the situation?
Well, the situation is they've sat down, obviously. He's told them what he feels he's worth to the football club. The club are considering it. And people keep on asking Mo Salah the same question: are you staying at the football club? I think his contract finishes in 18 months. He's 29 years old. He's won the Premier League, the Champions League, scored 111 goals in 165 games. He is a fan's favourite. He's one of the best players in the world. If he's not asking for crazy money, which I don't know what crazy money is in today's day and age, why wouldn't they want to give him the contract and keep him at the football club? He loves the fans. I think they appreciate what he's brought to the club. I think it's every manager's nightmare. As soon as a big player like Mo Salah goes away on international duty, he's going to get into situations where he's going to talk about his future. The underlying message I get from that is he enjoys it at the club, he loves the club,
Of course.
and he wants to stay.
I'm not surprised. And they do love him, and they're right to love him, and he loves them, and I've no doubt about that whatsoever. I was up at the first game of the season when Liverpool were playing. They were playing Burnley, and the Liverpool fans, to a man, to a woman, love Mo Salah. What would you do, Mr. Man at the Top, employer, Simon Jordan? This is Mo Salah. Would you say, we've got to give him what you want?
Analysis, isn't it? This is like this criticism of Mo Salah for talking to the media and playing it out in the media is a bit like that scene out of Pretty Woman where he keeps phoning her in the room and she picks up, "Don't ever answer the phone," or "Stop calling me then," right? It's a bit like that. Stop asking him the question and he'll stop giving an answer. And he's in a situation where the media are driving his agenda.
He can choose not to give an answer.
Well, why would he not? Because it's a legitimate conversation to be had. What do you want him to say? No comment. He has said...
they go at Kane for speaking to Gary Neville.
No, different dynamic completely.
Absolutely.
Why?
Completely different dynamic.
Why?
Because he was indexing himself to another club. He was indexing himself explicitly to another club. He knew what he was doing. He knew where he was. Mo Salah is basically being asked, "Do you want to stay at Liverpool?" "Yes, I do." There is an element of that skit where, I love this club, but unless I get exactly what I want, I'm off. Right? There is an element of that in it.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is work it out. If he wants 400 grand a week, which we all know is an absolute effrontery in real world terms, right?
Yeah.
But if you're going to pay Kevin De Bruyne 400 grand a week, and he's negotiated it himself and was quite happy for the world to know that, then what is the value to Salah? What is the replacement cost for Salah? You go and let Salah's contract run down, which is what's going to happen. He's going to go for free. He's going to get his money somewhere else because someone else is going to get that contract value and pay him that money, and you're going to have to pay 100 million to get someone in. It makes no sense. It's horrible, and it has a knock-on effect to everybody else in the dressing room, because if he gets that money, the next guy behind him is going to want something vaguely resembling what he thinks is relevant to his value. But the Salah is so valuable to Liverpool. It's a balance between giving him what he wants and giving in to him, or finding a compromise which is bearable. If you don't give Salah what he wants, you're in a jeopardy of a player being able to do, which is perfectly legitimate, not nice, but perfectly legitimate, run his contract down, go on a free, and then find all that money somewhere else. So he's going to get it, and in the market that we're living in, as much as you may not like it, this is the price that you pay for £100 million footballer's wages that scores 25, 30 goals a season.
Look at me. Is this really you in here this morning?
Because it's pragmatic. You've got to look at the value of it.
It's the lay of the land.
This is the
situation
You can't be King Canute and turn around and say, the sea's going back because I say it should. It's underneath their roof. If they're going to replace, if they do a cost analysis, we buy a player for 100 million quid.
Yeah.
He costs us 300 grand a week because that's what 100 million pound player costs, right? So we're going to save 100 grand a week against what Mo Salah wants, right? We're going to depreciate the player we've got in at 25 million pound a year. An economic decision says it makes no sense.
So Salah is saying virtually, look, it's easily done. So why aren't FSG doing it?
Well, maybe they'll do it when they want to. Maybe they don't need to do it in the full glare of the media, to the time scale of the media, under the auspice of the media, under the direction of the media, when the media think it should be done.
Right.
Maybe FSG, maybe they know what they're doing. Maybe they're comfortable with it. And maybe Mo Salah is just like every footballer, flapping his gums without the bigger picture, and will find himself in a situation where it will be resolved.
I think that's a bit harsh saying he's flapping his gums.
Well, he is to some extent.
Well, no, he's being asked this question. He's away on international duty. He's got to do these interviews. Like you said, he's not going to come out and say no comment.
He can choose to.
Yeah, but he's not backtracking on what he's already said. This is not new news.
He can choose to.
He said this time and time again.
He's ramping up the narrative a little bit, right? And I know that some of this could be lost in translation. I don't think it's his gift to turn around and say that the fans love him, right? He can turn around and say I love the fans. He can't speak for the fans.
Yeah,
that's a little bit of conceit in.
So at the end of the day, even a phrase like, but with the administration, FSG, Simon, they've been told the situation that's in their hands. They've been told the situation.
As in what he wants.
But what is laughable? What is laughable?
Is it a one-way negotiation?
What is laughable, which is away in La La Land, is I'm not asking for crazy money, right? I'm only asking for 400 grand a week. What the hell's wrong with you people? I only want £20 million a year. Right? Come on now.